What if getting clients was a breeze? Your complete agency was built and you could start getting customers in just 30 days. This is what we did in the workshop you're about to watch. Tune in and check out what it's going to take for you to go from wherever you're at in your agency to an agency that can actually sell something to a customer and make money every single month. My name is Sam Carlson. After 9 years in the agency business myself, my friend Keaton Walker and myself put together this short training to walk you guys through how to build an agency in 2025. So check it out. Welcome everybody to today's kickoff to 2025. We're going to show you how to build an awesome agency, and we're going to do it in a very accelerated pace. But before we do that, I want to turn some time over to Keaton. We've decided to promote today's workshop together. And I don't want to be center stage the whole time, but go ahead and if you want to just say a few opening introduction words, and then I'll take it from there.
Yeah, thanks. I'm actually glad you're taking center stage most of the time today. Guys, the difference between what we're going to do here versus anything else is that there's going to be a really structured curriculum that is very step by step. And no matter where you're at, whether you have a few clients, you have no clients, you have tons of clients, the fundamentals Sam's going to cover everybody needs. And I think I wrote this recently, I think in an email I wrote out, but just if I could go back and tell myself anything when I was in the middle of the agency overwhelm in the trenches, talking to the clients every single day, doing all of that, is just to like back up a little bit and get some perspective. Yeah. And the best way to do that is with data and with this curriculum that Sam's going to go through. And if there's one thing UpHex does really well, it's data. So there's going to be that stuff shared. There's going to be step-by-step AI tutorials that are going to help you, or agents that are going to help you complete the steps that we're going through. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Sam, but today's going to be kind of, hey, this is the plan. This is what we're going to do. And then if you want to get started, that's going to be the sprint for the rest of the 30 days, and you want everybody alongside you, then that's up to you. But we would love to have you in, and I'm going to be participating in it throughout the whole time. So you'll have Sam, you'll have me, and all of the other people who decide to join.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for that intro, buddy. I'm also excited to do this with a lot of new faces. All right, so you should all be on mute, but let's make sure that everybody is engaging. Go ahead and give me a 1 in the chat. Pull the chat up. Let's make sure everybody has access to this. This is fun if we are all together doing this thing. So the ones are rolling in, rock and roll. Let's get it. I call this welcome to the plan. Okay, this is actually the second iteration of the plan. So you guys are not necessarily guinea pigs, which is good for you. And I just want to kind of frame this out. We created a program that is called Agency MVP. It's a robust, it's a really well done core curriculum. And it was built by people who have actually built the agency that you all want to build. But I thought to myself towards the end of last year, I said, there's a lot of people who get caught up in a lot of interesting places. If I were to give somebody a model that they could execute in a short amount of time, what would that look like and how long would it take? I personally do not believe that you can build something meaningful and that makes money in a 3-day workshop. Who agrees with me? Give me a 1 if you agree that that's kind of silly, or you can wave me. I don't care. That's awesome, right? It's a sales tactic. I get it. It's okay. I get it. But I absolutely believe that in a 30-day window with the right structure, you can in fact do that. And so I'm going to show you guys the plan to do that today. Let's see if I can get this thing working. But before we start, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. Okay. Talk to me about who you guys are. If any of these make sense, as soon as I say them, give me a 1 in the chat. You open up your laptop, you stare at your screen, you're starting the day, and you're not sure what to do next. You're not clear on what to do next. The 1 started coming in already. You plan your day, you're like, hey, I got some tutorials to watch, I got some videos, I got some Keaton Walker to put on, hey, we're not talking that it's bad, but there's a time for learning and there's a time for doing. Keaton, agreed or disagree?
100%.
Okay. Your GHL dashboard is still sitting there, mostly uninstalled and mostly unused. Give me a 1 if that's you. Brian says 4 out of 5. All right.
Hey,
And then you
Sam.
get that anxious feeling because all you can think about is money leaving the bank account and nothing pending going into the bank account. Give me a 1 if that's you. I
Sam, real
see.
quick. I
Yeah.
got somebody in the chat saying my buddy's trying to get in, but the room is at maximum capacity. I noticed we're stuck at 99 as well.
Heather, can you jump over to Jacob real quick? Because I thought he made that bigger last time. And I did let somebody into who was in the waiting room. I just let them in just now.
Oh, great. Good.
We'll work on that. I thought we had made that bigger. On the right side of your screen, you're seeing a post. It's been 6 months. I still don't have any clients. I love the platform. Open to all suggestions at this point. How many of you guys have either made a post like that or thought about making a post like that? Right? You're not alone. There's a lot to do here. And I don't know, honestly, if sometimes the benefit of starting when Keaton and I started is because we didn't have all the stuff to worry about. Now, I'm going to say something to you guys real quick, and this lovely British lady is going to back me up. Whether you like it or not, you already have a plan. All right? Let's see here.
The universe will put you in the same situations over and over again until you learn to react differently, until you learn to think differently, until you learn that enough is enough. Remember this. Old habits do not open new doors. You must eliminate in order to evolve.
Old habits do not open new doors, you guys. Or in other words, whether you think that you have a plan right now or not, you do have a plan. It's just not the right plan. Come on, there we go. What is the current plan? Most people, this is most people, okay? Most people walk up and they're like, hey, I'm just gonna go at this for 6 months. I'm going to watch my Keaton Walker videos. Again, this is not a knock against Keaton. He's my boy. I'm going to watch my Keaton Walkers. I'm going to watch my Jason Wardrops. I'm going to watch all these videos. I'm going to watch my Sam Carlson UpHex videos. I'm going to pile all these things together and patchwork together what I feel like is some kind of progress. John Castro is pointing to himself like, been there, done that. Okay. I get that. But at some point, you have to understand what the cost is, and that's money, but that's also something else. There we go. What's the real cost of this? The biggest costs are on the emotional side. They are the cause and the second order principles of what's really happening in your life. How many of you guys feel like you started and you were super anxious and then now you feel like you're kind of losing the dream? Give me a 1 in the chat if that's you. How many of you guys have missed personal family functions or time with family or things with family, and just because you're not present because of stress and all those things? You know, we got some head nod going on. Okay. And then you have the professional side of stuck in just overall paralysis, whether it's implementation, whether it's, whatever it is. If you can't adapt and evolve, you are stuck. How many of you guys feel like that? All right. So the question is, you ready to do something about it? Right? So here's where we're at right now. Right now, something that nobody is telling you is that information alone is not enough to get you to where you want to be. That's not going to work. Okay. How do I know that? Well, by a 1 in the chat or by a raise of hands if I can see you, how many of you guys have downloaded or purchased at least one or several GHL snapshots? The ones are rolling in. How many of you guys have hired? Okay, a lot of ones rolling in. How many of you guys have hired somebody to set up a chat bot, a snapshot or whatever for you because you were just like, okay, I'm just going to pay somebody to do this? How many? Give me a 1 in the chat. And then how many of you have spent hours and hours trying to learn new features? You're not even in the business phase yet. You're just learning new features. Give me a 1 in the chat. We have to stop all this, you guys. Learning alone and no doing is not going to do anything. So here is where we are going to start. As Keaton discussed, we have a core curriculum pared down into a 30-day sprint. Now, in order to do that, it's going to have a couple of massive levers that we need to do. Okay. We can't just roll into groups. We can't just roll onto YouTube videos, and we can't just absorb information. Information alone is not going to do anything for us. What do we need in order to actually have an outcome? We need what? Skills. Okay. Who wants to acquire new skills? Give me one in the chat if you want to acquire new skills. Because the reality is, it doesn't matter how many snapshots you buy. Doesn't matter how many chatbots you get. It doesn't matter how many tools you invest in. None of this matters if your skill level doesn't increase. Who's my math expert? Keaton, you're my math expert today.
Okay.
Ready? You ready for a math problem?
Sure.
What is 10 times 0?
0.
Nailed it. You guys, no skills, whatever you multiply by no skills is going to be 0. Nada. Got it? So we have to make sure that our skills, in order to do this, we have to make sure that we are acquiring skills. The question is what are the right skills? Because I feel like, how many of you guys feel like when you're watching videos, when you're going out and doing everything the right way, how many of you guys feel like you are in fact acquiring skills? Give me a hand raise, a 1 in the chat if you feel like you're acquiring skills. Then the question is, maybe you are learning something, but maybe you're just learning the wrong things. Right? Who knows what the Dunning-Krueger effect is? The Dunning-Krueger effect is feeling incredibly optimistic, but being naive to what it actually takes to win in this game. That's, in our context, that's what it means for us. Okay? Because if all you do is repeat the Dunning-Krueger effect over and over again, that means you buy a tool because it's going to get you an outcome that you expect. You get started, you get overwhelmed with it, you fail, you then lose confidence, and then you do that again. How many times are you going to do that? Now, some of you, I have seen you around for a long time. You like to get, a good digital kick to the nuts, and you do this over and over and over again, right? Give me a 1 in the chat if you like a good digital kick to the gonads, right? There's a lot of ones rolling in on that one. I get it. I'm kind of that way too, unfortunately. But I think you guys, we can do better here. I got to admit people in and do this at the same time. I'm 3 screens. So here's the question. How many of you guys are actually interested in a plan that will actually produce results? Give me a raise of a hand. Give me a 1 in the chat. The ones and the hands raising. Heather Test. Well, I guess there's a lot of Heather Tests. Thank you for the hand raises. Awesome. Are you willing to put aside the old plan? Are you willing to stop bouncing around, going from one YouTube video to one tutorial to one group post? And that's probably the biggest one, going from group post to group post to group post and doing nothing about it. A lot of people spend all their times on group posts, and that is a gross waste of your time. Okay. Are you ready to focus on one thing? This is actually 2, I guess. 1. Are you ready to focus on one thing? Give me a 2 in the chat if you're ready to focus on one thing. I threw a curveball there, didn't I? Admit into the room. Are you ready to get this done in just 30 days? That's not a sales pitch. How many of you can commit to a workload over the next 30 days? If you have your camera up, raise your hand if you can commit to a workload over the next 30 days. Okay, I can too. Very good. Quick little thing. Did you know that 71% of fast-growing companies have a detailed written plan, but 2/3 of small businesses, which you guys are in that category, have no written plan at all? I'm not going to ask anybody to raise your plan because I already know the answer. How many of you have a written plan? I'm not asking you to raise your hands. This is just an inventory check. Okay? Let that sink in. All right. We already know that. Come on. Next page. Introducing the plan. What can you do in just 30 days? One audience, one product, and one perfect pitch. These to me are the core pillars of what we need to do in order to get out there and get an outcome for you guys in this agency game. All right. The power of one. First off, do you know how much power is in removing complexity? Do you know how much power is in focus and in removing complexity? Which, by the way, the definition of focus for me is removing complexity, removing distractions. How much power is in focus? This is what we're going to do. We're going to focus on one audience. If you haven't picked a niche, you're going to pick a niche. And if you think you can do this without a niche, you're wrong. And I have a lot of agencies who use UpHex who I know can validate that exact point through real performance. You're going to have one product. Okay. And one product means your offering is going to be clear. And when a prospect sees it, they go, oh, that's how you're different than all these other people. You're going to have one perfect pitch. Too many of you guys struggle with selling, not because you're bad at sales, but because you have no clear offer and no clear problem. Okay. You want somebody at the end of your, if any of you have seen my videos where I posted some of my sales videos with my agency customers, they would get a wow when I was done. I have it recorded. It's on video. I'm not just saying that. And you're going to do all of this in 30 days. If that sounds like something that fits you to a T, give me one in the chat. There we go. So we're going to set some ground rules here. So let me make sure that everyone agrees. Do you agree? We must only focus on things that matter. No distractions. Yes? Give me one in the chat. We must acquire new skills. We cannot afford to stay the same. You can't be the same version of you right now over time. You can't do that. You're going to get the same results. Okay? We must apply skills each week during the 30 days. We can spend 30 days having a lot of lectures and a lot of learning stuff, but if we do nothing, this will be for nothing. So we have to make sure that we all agree that we must both learn skills and apply them. We must remove anything unnecessary. If it doesn't make money, it doesn't get added. I want you guys to all, if you're going to get a tattoo this week, say if it doesn't get money, it doesn't get added. Okay? Those are the tattoos you're going to get. It's going to be a weird tattoo, but it's a good reminder for you. If you want success, it's a tattoo worth getting, I guess. So here's what the 30 days, and Keaton kind of led into this a little bit. I want to walk through what the 30 days are going to look like. Okay? This is what we're going to do. Week 1, we are going to provide a framework, a proven framework, which, by the way, any person who understands direct response marketing understands, or offer creation, whatever you want to call this. It always starts with research. The difference between a pro marketer and an amateur marketer is one word: research. You either know your customer or you do not. You get by that, you lose. Okay. Week 2, product creation. We're going to focus on a small library of proven ads that you can sell over and over and over and over and over. Create it once and sell it 1,000 times. Okay. Week 3, instead of going through and guessing what to include in your snapshot and overbuilding, how many of you guys, by the way, how many of you guys have what you would say a rat's nest of like dozens of snapshots in your high-level account? Give me a honest raise. Give me a 1. Give me an honest raise. We have a lot of people that come to this program. There we go. Clay's the only honest one. We're going to get rid of all that complexity and install one essential snapshot. Okay. And then in week 4, we're going to remove all the challenges of selling with a core offer that is proven and with a pitch that is easy. So those are some pretty big plans, some pretty lofty plans. How are we going to do it? Before I do that, let's make sure that we all agree on this. Steve Jobs. How many of you guys know the picture on the left there? Right? That is Picasso's The Bull painting. And Steve Jobs was famous for loving it because he thought the ultimate sophistication was simplicity. I guess I just reversed that. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Right? While everyone else is out there wasting time learning and creating bloated, complex models, which is what pretty much everybody does, you're going to go out there and you're going to provide a potent product because of simplicity and what your customers want, which is clarity. Man, got a lot of people in the waiting room still. So here's the weekly, here's what we're going to do every single week. You're going to get a syllabus, a curriculum, and every week we're going to learn proven skills. So the question is, if we're going through that Dunning-Kruger effect and learning things that we don't need to be learning and then not applying them and then failing, that's not good. So let's learn the skills that we need to, okay? So we're going to provide those skills for you on a weekly basis. These are the skills that we proved through 9 years of building and owning and scaling an agency. We're going to provide those to you, okay? Our agency program, our agency MVP program has already proven what skills you need. And so we provide those to you and curate them to you on a weekly basis. We're going to map out what that learning looks like. So what you need to do and in the order that you need to do it, because that's important. If you learn something like, hey, I learned how to do all this attribution and pixel tracking, but I don't even know how to write an ad. Okay, well, let's make sure we know what ads do and then do that, right? Weekly live. At the end of every single week, you will attend a live meeting where we will cover the content and where we will implement the actual action items for the week, okay? Now that's kind of a heavy lift to think, hey, we're going to build, we're going to build all these ads, we're going to do all this stuff, and we're going to do it in a timely fashion, which is why now at the end of every week, we have a piece of artificial intelligence that's going to help us do all of these things. This is one of the reasons why when we started putting together this 30-day curriculum, I said, there's no way we could do it. But now with AI, we can do it because every week we'll acquire skills, we'll do the learning, and then when we will implement with a bespoke AI that will help us execute that. The niche navigator, it will help us research our audience like a beast, okay? The performance simulator. So do you want to know if an ad is going to be any good before you launch it? Guess who has millions of data points on what a good ad looks like and what a bad ad looks like? We do. We generate millions of leads every single year, and we have a massive database of what top performing ads look like. And so all you got to do, go into the software, put in the ad, put everything in, and it will give you a grade even before you launch the ad. How dope is that? Give me a 1 if you think that's dope. See?
And it gives you suggestions, right, Sam?
A verbal dope. What's that?
It gives you suggestions, right? Like, hey,
it gives you suggestions. It tells you, hey, yeah, you wrote a really crappy ad. You need to do this. And it gives you an A, B, C, D, all that kind of stuff. And we got even more stuff rolling out. The first quarter of this year is going to be absolutely phenomenal. See what I did there? Fun and ominal.
Impressive.
I'm going to trademark that. Don't anybody do that. I did it first. All right. And then we're going to take away, and what you guys see today, we're going to take away the complexity of finding new customers with our easy value builder. How many of you guys are tired of feeling like when it's time to go get customers, you're competing with everybody and their dog in your same niche? Give me a 1 in the chat if that's you. The ones are rolling in. And then ultimately at the end, the Genie pitch deck. I have a pitch deck that I'll just say I feel like is the best in the business. It has turned, beta boys into alpha closers, like easy. So it's pretty awesome. Okay. And we have some AI to help assist you in building out your pitch deck. This is who is helping you. Okay. On the call, you see me, you guys. Hello, Sam. We have over 20 years of cumulative experience. Did the agency game myself personally for 9 years. My partner, Jacob, and I started. We did agency space from 2015 all the way through today. You got Heather. Heather, raise your hand. There's Heather Kelly right there. She is our director of customer relations here at UpHex, but she also was a customer support pro in terms of onboarding people, supporting people, everything technical. She understands all the connections. She has dealt with customers more than anybody else. Okay. And then we've got Bradley Kipp, who is our partner, lead developer. And then, of course, Keaton, I got the best picture of you I could, bro. Right.
Right.
And then, of course, my dude, Keaton Walker, who, again, the reason that this is such a symbiotic relationship is because Keaton has actually done this. He has actually built an agency, and he's going to be participating with us. By the way, all of you other MVP people, we're going through another 30 days. You get to hang out with Keaton because he's awesome, and you can ask him some questions through our Marco Polo app. It's going to be awesome. All right, next page. And of course, it's all powered by our proven agency model, which is called Agency MVP. If you're a current MVP, or give me a raise, give me a hand raiser, right? Awesome. We got some MVPers in the hizzy. That means in the house for the young kids. We do have an incredible community of people already using the program. We launched it in beta in January of last year, and it was beta because I wanted to make sure that it was awesome. Okay. So here's my question to you guys. Are you ready to build your agency? Give me a written yes. Okay, Heather, Tom, yes. Ronaldo, yes. Give me the yeses. Look cute. Hell yes. Nice, Keaton. I like it, buddy. All right. Here's what we're going to do. This is a different workshop. This is a different webinar than what you have seen here before. This is completely different. Mostly when you do this, you register, you do this thing after, but the reality is, and I hope you guys are ready for a bit of a curveball. Your 30 days, your first steps start right now. Right now is when we do this, okay? You are going to join us today. And today, in the next workshop, I am going to unlock for you guys a strategy called the smoking gun strategy, okay? With that strategy, you will build a thing that sells your thing in terms of your agency services so that you don't have to compete with other people. Last time we did it, Lewis Weiss said this was crazy. I built a lead magnet and Facebook ads in minutes. Thank you so much to the team. Heather, can you put the post or the link for that in here? And I'm going to be going through this in just a second. myagencymvp.com/plan. All right. And this is where we're going to start today. Okay. 50% of prospects can't tell the difference between you and your competitors, mostly because when people start out, they're in the Me Too marketing phase. Or in other words, hey, I went into the HighLevel group or into the UpHex group, and these people are offering this, so I'm going to offer that. What happens to the market when you do that? A whole bunch of noise. And how many clicks and how many opt-ins and how many customers do you get when you have a noisy marketplace? Not very much. And all you get to do is reduce your price. Well, we don't believe in noise. We believe in music. Okay. So today, right now, we're going to jump in, and actually we've got people who have gone through the program before 40 minutes, and I've completely installed the entire process. And I've already gotten 2 downloads. Actually, Brad is here. Brad, raise your hand. You were here. There he is right there. There's Fancy Brad. Here last time, went through the training. Okay. We got Daniel, who went through our training, started getting these demo calls right away. You guys, this is the first step, and we've made it easier than ever. We have our program all in for the 30 days. And then after that is $2,000. Okay. However, to get started today, to make sure that this is a fit for you, it's just 97 bucks. All right. You join the first workshop. You make sure that the client getting, which is the biggest part of your guys' journey, quite frankly, that the client getting portion of this offer is going to work for you. Okay. You see the vision because you're going to be doing it with us. This is the first time we're going to learn the skills. We're going to use AI tools. Or we're going to implement you. We're going to give you a client getting tool in 30 minutes to an hour. How many of you guys want to have a tool that will get you clients in 30 minutes to an hour from now? Give me a raise of the hand. Give me a 1 in the chat. There we go. All you have to do is go to myagencymvp.com/plan. Go there, purchase. I'm going to do a 10-minute Q&A. Before I do that, I'm going to, now, do I have any other slides after this? Oh, will you join us? Will you join us and stop wasting your time effectively in this game. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through a quick little iteration of what else is included after the 30 days. So number one, during the 30 days, you'll get a core curriculum, a syllabus every single week. You'll get homework, you will get a workshop, and you will get AI tools so that you can accomplish every part of building your agency. You will get access to our team. You will get access to our community. We use School. Okay, it's a great community where we're all at. And you will also get access to a Marco Polo channel. What does that mean? That means you have direct access to me, to Heather, to Keaton during those 30 days. And we will coach you up. It's like having a walkie-talkie if you have a question. How many of you guys really enjoy, of my current MVPers, really enjoy the Marco Polo channel? John, unmute real quick, buddy. What has the value been of the Marco Polo channel, of the program, been the last 30-day sprint for people, anybody on the fence? What would you say to them?
I think it's the immediacy. I think, everyone's like, oh, well, you have contact to us. We can support you. We're here for you. But the Marco Polo kind of takes that whole community level to the next thing. I get live messages. I'm sometimes sitting around, it says Sam's talking. So I get videos from Sam. I'll get somebody responding to it. And it kind of keeps me involved, but it pokes at me a little bit more than just a Facebook group. So I think it's great for keeping you involved and actually just learning from other people that are going through the exact same course at the same time.
Thanks, buddy. Lisa, what has been the value of the program and specifically the 30-day sprint? You actually had a really cool breakthrough during the 30-day sprint, which I'd love you to share real quick.
During the 30-day sprint, I found an ad that sells like crazy. I found my golden ticket.
That's it. I'm telling you, you can build one ad that you can sell over and over and over and over again. That's the thing. You guys, if you start from scratch every single time, this business will never be fun. You will never build a profitable business. You will never be able to see me shirtless, as Brad just said, because I'm on the beach in Hawaii. You will never be able to do any of that, right? You have to nail down the fundamentals of this business. All right, so we've got people jumping into the program already, which is awesome. I'm going to open up for Q&A, and if you want, you can unmute. That's totally fine. Let's see here. I think the checkout page has something wrong, showing $1,900 tomorrow. So that is how the program works. It is $97 right now. And then if you decide to stick through for the 30 days, you get the full MVP curriculum, you get the Marco Polo channel, you get the 30-day sprint, you get access to the AI tools, you get all of that help and support doing it with the end goal of having an agency that is ready to sell and basically to move away from the crap that you're doing right now. It's having no plan is your plan. So yes, that's, Brandon, you're not an idiot. That's just how it works. You must miss it. That's totally fine. All right.
And to be totally clear to everyone, you're going to get, for that 97, you're going to get the very first workshop, and you're going to see if this is the right thing for you even more than you have already. So you may as well do that. If you don't want to, we'll cancel the 1900.
That's right.
If you want to continue forward, then you get built the 1900 tomorrow.
That's right. And we did it that way on purpose. Like I'm over the big promises and, hey, try and get my money back. If it's right for you, you're going to go through this next workshop. You're going to see how it works, and you're going to get a result in about an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. And then you'll be like, okay, this is for me. Let's roll. How many of you guys want an agency that's making a bunch of profit in 2025? Give me a 1 in the chat or raise the hand, whatever you want to do. If it's a 1, you got to have a plan. And why not have a plan that is proven and that's already been used by over 200 agencies, right? All right, the ones are rolling in. You guys go to, Heather, can you put the link another time here so that way it's just floating towards the bottom there. We will give this another 6-7 minutes, if that's cool. There was a question. Are there funnels included in my niche? I'm not sure I understand your question, but the snapshot that you are given is adapted to your niche. That's effectively what we're doing. But one of the things that we're not trying to do is trying to get too complex. Okay. You're going to build okay, I guess that answered your question. You're going to build a lead magnet that is bespoke to you, that's custom to you, that nobody else has. All right. And then this process is going to help you leverage that into the next phase, which is getting customers. What are they going to buy from you eventually? How is your thing going to be set up so that you can deliver? If you're pre-revenue, the deliverability hasn't become a problem for you yet, but I promise it will be if you don't set this up right. Any other questions? Any other questions? And again, you can totally unmute yourself. Anything you want to throw in there, Keaton, from your end?
I'd love for you to go back to the plan, like the 4-week plan there that you had
Yeah.
up.
The
Sweet.
actual week 1 is what happens from today moving forward. Today, we're taking the first step of week 4. So week 4 is your proven pitch. So this is your trial offer to get new customers, but then you need your core offer. So that's what's going to happen in the pitch, right? But today we're going to use the smoking gun technique to show
Yes.
you guys how to stop feeling like, hey, I just can't get any customers. Like nobody's and by the way, you can use this on ads. I would encourage you to use it on cold outreach first. Call somebody up. We have a really awesome script to call somebody up and to give them this and to get business. So there are ways you can use this across all channels to start getting customers. And the cool thing about it is it's get clients without selling clients. Most of you guys make the biggest mistake of leading with an offer to a client or saying, hey, I offer Facebook ads, or hey, do you want more reviews? Or hey, whatever the thing is that you're offering. The second you go in as a salesman is the second you ruin your sales opportunity. Okay. We go in as a trusted advisor, and then that way we don't have to sell. They come to us. It worked right now we have an agency that he went from $0 to $25,000 at an 85% profit margin with 2 ads that he let clients use and an easy snapshot. That sounds better to me.
And you get your life back.
And you get life back. Spoken from an MVP right there. Let's see here. All right, we're going to go ahead, let's drop the link in there one more time. I'm getting ready to start. And by the way, I can't keep this workshop going and the next workshop. I have to stop this one and then start that one. So if you're going to get in, there's no urgency and scarcity here. We're starting at 12:45, which is in 2 minutes. All right. Once we get signed up, where are the steps products for the first day? You will get a core syllabus posted. Heather, have you already posted it?
I will post it right when we move over.
Okay, so you will get a syllabus posted in the school community. You'll get access to that school community, but the first workshop is actually in a Zoom room. Okay, Pamela, do you want to go ahead and unmute yourself? You can ask a question.
Yeah, you actually asked my question, answered it, but I want to make sure I heard that correctly. So you can already start this workshop that we're signing up for, the $97 right after this.
That's right.
And
Yep.
then, okay. So when will you be doing anything like this again? Because my week is committed already.
Well,
I
you
have to
can get into
travel
the
as soon
30
as we get
days.
outta
You can
here.
miss this workshop, you can catch the recording, and then you can be on to next time. The 30-day sprint, we're doing it because it's the beginning of the year. This is the second time we've done this. It is a commitment for our team. I don't know that we're going to do it again until maybe next quarter, to be honest with you. So if you want, if your schedule is a challenge today, I understand. What I would say is get in, watch the replay of it, and then start the 30-day plan with us if you want the one-on-one workshop style over the next 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah, Pamela, you can catch the replays. Not a big deal if you can't make
All
it
right.
right now.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, will this teach us GHL? We don't even know what to sell or how to that. Brett? Yes, that is the whole point, is we're going to remove all the crap that you are already learning and make it so you only learn the stuff that you should be learning. And actually, I will say, Okay, let me just read the rest of this. Will this teach us GHL? We don't even know what to sell or how to use GHL, like miscalled text back, Google reputation. Will your program teach us how to get this working? We watched Extendly tutorial videos and got lost. This is,
Can I chime in and give some context to that?
please.
So my assistant went to a mastermind in Dallas in July, didn't come out with any real epiphanies. I had her sign up for the Go High Level certification program to watch videos. They were poorly produced and she couldn't make any sense of them. We had HL Pro Tools, we had Extendly, couldn't get it going, couldn't figure it out. Watched a whole bunch of videos. We even both of us attended the summit in Dallas. We're so confused. I've spent thousands of dollars and countless hours going nowhere. So I've literally just about like given up, and so kind of that's kind of where we're so lost, you know, in the whole process. But
Oh,
I've
not at
got this program that I've got this other thing that I'm trying to sell, this course that I want to teach people, and having Go High Level, our white labeled Go High Level in conjunction with it would be a really great synergy. But we can't get the mechanics working, and I probably need to have more assistance. Probably need to hire a bunch of virtual assistants to even help it out. But I'm at the point where I'm kind of like really lost and confused.
Who's your customer?
Well, it would be the wellness practitioners. Like, so you're not part of the big like medical agency, but you'd be like a holistic practitioner,
What does that mean?
like a chiropractor or like a massage therapist, somebody like that.
Okay. Well, seeing how my agency for 9 years was chiropractic agencies, you may have a little bit of a unique advantage. But I mean, I don't know exactly what you're trying. You're trying to sell them miscalled text back and all that kind of stuff?
Well, that was one of our ideas. We never actually got that launched because we kept going in circles in what we call analysis paralysis without actually execution. So I've been one of these organic leaders and not a results driven leader. And now in 2025, that's my New Year's resolution, is to kind of pivot my leadership style and focus on results.
It can work for any type of agencies. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to put John Castro. John, you don't mind being on the spot, do you, buddy? I'm going to put John because you sound just like John.
Yeah.
You sound like John before. So I'm going to let John answer, and then I'll come back with a concise answer for you.
Okay.
Yeah, he might need a concise one because I'm never too concise. Yeah, the biggest thing for me is, shiny object syndrome. I bounced around. I signed up for GHL thinking the miscall text back, thinking the database reactivation, thinking all these workshops that they show is this is how you make money with it. Sign up SaaS. I don't have to work with them. Get 200 people. It's all automated. I hadn't figured it out, and there's too much, and it's so simple. I think I lost myself in it. So the reason I signed up with MVP and everything is just to cut out the traffic, to put on the horse blinders, as silly as it sounds. And it really, the niches are in the riches. You get lost. I think it's because you give yourself too much rope when you don't have a niche, when you don't have an offer narrowed down to one specific product. So that's where the plan really helped me, is to focus on, I'm in contractors, and I probably even narrow it down further to just like roofers or just plumbers. But I've narrowed down my offer, I've narrowed down my niche, and that's actually helped me make so much more progress in the last 2-3 months than I have in the last year of trying.
Right. Would this work with coaches? Like if you're like a coach?
Yes.
If that's my niche. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Yeah. But you do need to pick a niche.
And bottom line here for anyone else that has questions like Brett's asking, like, just pay the 97, go to the next one. Worst case scenario, you get something super valuable and you decide not to do the rest.
Yeah. If you
Best
decide,
case scenario, it changes your life.
that's right. If you decide not to do it, you get a refund for it. If you decide to do it because you got the proof is in the pudding, you're like, okay, I see how this works. That's why we're doing it this way, right? That's why we roll straight from here into a working session, which we're going to now do in 1 minute. So Keaton posted the link. Go ahead. Lisa, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I want to just say that I've been through this before. This is my second time through this because I just want a refresher. The first session is going to blow your asses away. You really want to. It's unbelievable.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys.